The most powerful machines in all of motorsports invade the world capital of speed. Mike Piper, the General Gardner Stone, and the legendary Dave Banner head the list of the heavyweights gathered for this 30-ton tug of war. It's unbridled, unlimited action from the Indy Super Pull. This is Trucks and Tractor Power, featuring the all-stars of the NTPA, the National Tractor Pullers Association. Today, it's the Indy Super Pull from the Indiana State Fairgrounds Coliseum here in Indianapolis. Hi, everybody, I'm Gary Lee, and welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power here on the Nashville Network. Today, we feature the most powerful vehicles in all of motorsports, the multi-engine unlimited tractors. In fact, this is the 20th anniversary of the Indy Super Pull, and no other driver has won more times here in the Fairgrounds Coliseum than Dave Banner. He has 12 victories in his career. He could be considered the favorite here today. However, his old nemesis is here, Gardner Stone, and Gardner's a guy that could really turn up the heat. Here with more on that story is Armstrong.
The turbine exhaust stacks you're looking at right now will light up the track before the night's over at the Indy Super Pull. The man that knows how to win has won. The big question is, can he win again? Is Gardner Stone. And Gardner, plain and simple, can you win it? And if so, what's it going to take?
We're darn sure going to try hard, Army, and I think we've got a good shot. We're an early hook. It's going to take some horsepower. It's going to take staying off the brakes, which hopefully if we get a good shot at the track, straight shot, we'll be down the end and we're going to win it.
You know, confidence is a major part of any motorsports, and he and the crew are literally smiling from ear to ear because every one of them agree on one thing. They're going to turn the wick up on these rocket motors to try and win this thing tonight. Gary, back to you.
Army, this should be exciting. We're coming back with all the action. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Indy Super Pull here at the Indiana State Fairgrounds Coliseum, part of the Copenhagen Skull Pulling Series. Gary Lee along with Army Armstrong. There's a look at Gardner Stone in the General and 4 helicopter turbine engines. And Army, you talk about horsepower. This creation can really turn it out.
Oh, you're exactly right. Normally, the only place in the world you'll hear this sound is on a flight deck of an aircraft carrier, the F-14s, but that's not the case today. It's right here in Indianapolis, and this guy in Vermont, who in the past has really shown that he can carry the mail for us.
Well, let's take a listen now on this pull. Listen to the sound of these turbine engines. Gardner Stone fires up the General.
He literally lights it up for him. There's a unique sound when it first leaves. Listen.
Turbine at the Speedway so many years ago.
Well, that's the same principle, exactly, same type of horsepower.
Full pull for the General Gardner Stone, who last won an NTPA points championship in 1990, finished second in 93, and there it is officially, a full pull for the General.
So what that does is literally read the riot act to the rest of the field, lighten them up. What can you say? You'll light up in the motorsporting term normally means spinning the tires. That's not the case here. Look how straight, how much power he puts to the ground, Gary.
You talk about throwing down the gauntlet. There it is, a full pull. That's what it's going to take. And here is Gardner Stone, the General, with Army Armstrong.
Gardner, I think that run right there is what the sport is all about. It's worth all those long hours and all that big money you're spending on this thing, isn't it?
It sure is. That's a lot of fun when you get a good run like that. The sled is a little bit light tonight, so I feel we're going to have some more full pulls. We got some good competitors in the wings.
And one in the wing right now at the starting line is Mike Piper and Just Add Dirt. Now, these are 5 Arias power plants, 557 cubic inches each.
Now, Piper's a second-generation puller. He's out of the state of Illinois. He and his wife have picked up basically where his father left off. His dad used to be in the sport many years ago, pulling what they call the smokers, or the street, or the field pulling vehicles. Mike comes over, the new breed, if you will. He likes the sound of the raw alcohol supercharged engine for a different kind of horsepower. As a matter of fact, he says if you want to go the other end in this sport, you put some Aries out there. He's got 2 of them crank to crank, 2 of them back to back, and a stack motor, 5 engines developing around 2,000 horsepower each, and all you got to do is just add dirt.
That's a full Swiss bank account right there in front of him, all the power plant, the cost of that power. And look at this, he takes it out of there. He really took it out the door.
Man, oh man, Gardner Stone, and this guy comes up. This is the place to be if you like this sport, because the big guns are definitely hitting their mark tonight.
Look at it again. 5 Arias power plants. He has the horsepower to take it out. Another full pull. So indeed, the sled is light today in the Fairgrounds Coliseum. First 2 pulls, they're both full pulls. Army.
Mike, the big number, 240. You're looking good. Now, you and Gardner, we know, are coming back in a pull-off. Is there anybody else back there that can do it?
I hope not, but I'm sure there's several out there. It looked like Manor will be out, probably Sassy. They got the sled a little light on us right now. It's not using the horsepower it should use. Track could go away, but I doubt it. It's sliding pretty good right now.
Well, we could see a full field in the pull-off.
You know, that guy would have been a good cowboy in his old days. You know, that's the personality. Well, like you say, the handwriting's on the wall. You can't win it with one pull anymore. As the bandit goes to the sled, you've got to make a full pull and then come back and pull again. So this puts a lot of pressure on everybody else, Gary.
Dave Banner, this is his 20th anniversary of the Indy Super Pull, and Dave has qualified for every one of them out of LaFontaine, Indiana.
A lot of people, a lot of people in the sport want to know how you spell pulling. It's B-A-N-T-E-R. He and his brothers have been a tremendous asset to the sport. They've been around forever. Always relied on the Chevrolet for horsepower.
The winningest puller in the history of this sport, and he's going to take it out of there too, is he? Yes.
And he goes out of here like the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Well, once again, the situation is, as we've documented, the sled is light.
And this is an unlimited class, too. You got to keep that in mind, man. You know, they can figure some way to get a heat-seeking missile on one of these things, we'd see one of them. So it's a run what you brung class.
Well, here's a good look at the legend in the sport of pulling, Dave Banner. He pulls off that fire retardant headstock, and Army Armstrong is down there to talk to Dave.
Dave, I tell you what, these people are going crazy here. You got everybody in here's got to know you or be your fan.
Well, that's some of the advantage of being here every year. You know, I really like pulling here. There's really nice fans to pull in front of.
What about the pull-off?
Well, you know, maybe they missed the way a little bit, and there's gonna be several in it, but that'll make a good show, and we'll really have to get down to good pulling the next round.